I witam was w kolejnym odcinku z gry Baldur's Gate 3. Ostatnio znaleźliśmy tamtą listę tych... O Boże. Ostatnio znaleźliśmy listę tych... jak on się nazywał? Tam osób porwanych, coś tam, to już niestety też dowiedziałem, że ta lista też jest istotna. No tu pokój zwiedziliśmy, teraz jak stąd wyjść... Dobra. No i musimy iść tutaj na miejsce, tu na miejscu mamy do Walerii iść i tutaj mamy Wosa. I zamierzamy to sprawdzić. Podejrzewam chyba tu, tak, tylko żeby tutaj przejść trzeba wyjść chyba gdzieś tędy. Matko święta. Kurwa, pogmatwane to wszystko. Ja z tobą gadałem w ogóle?
What do you reckon, lad? You trust these steel watcher thingamajigs? You've earned your head recently. Didn't you spot 'em by the gate? Big metal bastards, even bigger swords. It's alright, well, we can get work repairing them, but what happens when they build something else to do that? It's no good, I tell you.
Dzięki. No dobra, znajdźmy tutaj co mamy znaleźć. Bo tu mam jeszcze parę rzeczy do zrobienia.
It is you, most definitely not anyone else. Salutations and hello and whatnot. Oh? Oh dear. A dwarf, you say? Theon. One of Mamselle's girls from Chares's caress. Been gone for a 10-day. Smiled as wide as the wide, but twice as sunny. You don't suppose the murderer? Horrible hells. I better lay low. Low.
Jest... Mam to jakaś podróżka griska. Pogadajmy tutaj z ludźmi.
Word to the wise. Give that ill-mated temple a wide berth. Rude buggers. Certainly not bringing my trade there again.
W porządku, dodajmy z Marii najwyższy kapłan.
Does that excuse being rude? They wouldn't let me in. Spouted some tripe about my sort and absolutist murderers.
Czym handlujesz?
Let me show you.
Może masz coś ciekawego. Masz podkę niewidzialności, masz miksturę leczącą, giganta chmurowego zwiększa siłę do 27. Mam ci co opchać w sumie z takich dupereli? Mam. Ja ci opcham trochę dupereli. Barwniki też, bo jakoś tak nie próbuję rzeczy, zauważyłem. Muszę ten bieli czerni zostawię, co najwyżej. O, tu mam trochę. A tak, laser ma trochę tego, bo laser przecież robił mi trochę za śmietnik przez jakiś czas. Okej, jeszcze to. Wiesz co, i zrobimy od ciebie tak. Weź mi te potki, daj wszystkie. I te lepsiejsze też. I... o, narzędzia złodziejskie oczywiście. I wyrównaj ofertę ze swojej kiesy. A nie, ja muszę wyrównać. Dobra, trudno.
Pleasure doing business.
Dobra. Tych handlarzy jest dużo, więc myślę, że tutaj wszędzie się pozbędziemy wszystkich nadmiernych towarów.
Bloomin' hell, you look famished. I've got some victuals that'll warm you. Murdered? Oh, make sure Mamselle knows. Across the way at the caress. I'm staying put, mind. If a killer wanted me dead, I'd already be crammed under the boards. Have a skeg at these.
No i tam ma tylko trochę jedzenia.
That should do ya.
Dzięki. Dobra, to co, wychodzimy stąd, z tymi gadałem wcześniej. Tu mam skilla. Ty coś sprzedawałeś, tylko nie pamiętam teraz co. Pokaż.
Succulent seafood, straight out the sea. Take.
Aha, owoce morza, dobra. Tutaj jakieś... dzieło sztuki, okej.
You look like someone whose soul needs feeding. Care to buy some art?
O, fajnie, barwniki spoko.
Do come again.
Do come again, okej. Chcę się rozejrzeć. Kurde, się trochę boję, bo ja się tutaj zaczynam delikatnie gubić. Może delikatnie. Czekaj. Dzielcie się, żebyście nie skoczyli za mną. A, widzicie, tędy można było przejść. Mniej więcej. Dobra. Dobra, to wróć normalnie jak człowiek. Drapku skoczy ze mną? Skoczy ze mną, fantastycznie. Dobra.
I sense some hesitation.
Up there. Down from these dancing acts. The half of Safe House Chihiro.
Oh, honey.
Aha, to będą chyba owoce tylko.
Fruit, vegetables.
Tak.
What?
Honey, I love honey so much.
If you're here to shop, just buy what's.
Dobra. Bite me. No dobra, no to teraz tak. Okej. Tu muszę iść najpierw. Tak? Tak. Tu ewentualnie... Najpierw się rozejrzeć, co jest tutaj. O, podwójne drzwi, tu można wejść do środka chyba. Fantastycznie. O, to mi chodziło. Keres jest. No i tak musimy tu iść, Tak, akurat. Pogadajmy z Walerią.
Another case closed, another bottle open. Huzzah to Valeria! Hang on a sec. I recognize that face. You were talking to Yanis after I left the temple. I'll bet she's put you up to something. Why must you busybodies insist on interrupting a perfectly good night? I know that look. You remind me of Devella. Fine. If you doubt my conclusions, out with it. What have you found?
No.
A Baal plot. You as well? Devella's been harping on about Baal for months. Fancies I assumed it was just a bunch of conspiracy codswalloping. Fine. I'll bite. What's your Constable Devella is going to be a real pain in the trunk about this. Since you seem to be on an obnoxiously similar wavelength, why don't you seek her out? Oh, and you'll need this pass. It'll give you access. Well? What?
Prezes Sprawiedliwości.
I mean, to try.
Ja pierdolę. Ej. Naprawdę, jedna treść i słoń ma mnie w dupie. Ja pierdolę.
I don't think this kind of establishment is quite
Jest.
tasty.
Dobra.
A weary traveller battered, a mien cool, a sturdy dwarf, a leather whip. She gives, you receive. Or have I misjudged you?
Kurwa mać. Ja trafiłem. To jest czerwona latarnia. Ja pierdolę.
Am I? Your eyes tell us it's Fion you seek, our stern librarian. Well, we've other ways to fill your void. A drink for one, a pair of drow for another. Choose your murdered. Ye gods, the poor thing. They'll miss that face. Else, the regulars will miss her more. They, Losing Fion slashed a big hole in my coin purse. I should get to replacing her.
Ja pierdolę, jaka burdel mama. Orzesz, kurwa. Ona nie żyje, ty się pieniędzmi przyjmujesz.
Sweeting. This is Baldur's Gate. I've seen more murders than a butcher's right eye. There'll be time for tears. Cruel as it is, I must turn my mind to business, or, more precisely, the lack of it. I have little coin, but I offer sin in abundance. Talk with the Drow twins in the tap room. They're legends among the regulars, almost myths. Tell them they will gift from the mamselle, and let them show you. Anything else on your mind, sweeting?
Just about wetting your whistle. There's dancing.
Do you think we've done something wrong?
Now, that there's a face. What can Hoots do for you? Forget it. My new brew could drop you in the wink of a spectator's eye. Don't know about that, chum. Hoots Hooch packs could beef you up, sharpen your tongue, or knock you out cold. Damn. First one's on the house. So, don't come bawling to me if your big toes fall off or your tongue. My business is slinging tankards. But you poke some folk hard enough, they're bound to squeal. Caress, the mamselle's brainchild. Get the attention you want and avoid the attention you... Have a look.
To jest samogonik. Mając ten amulet, skończycie, że jest pijana. Czemu mnie to kurwa nie dziwi?
All set, are ya?
Ja pierdolę.
I mean, to try. Put it on especially for you.
I want to give it a good rumble.
Just on a few.
That was the finest
God, keep me up.
I've made, and they just ate it off each other's asses.
I wiem jeszcze jedno, że muszę zaraz wziąć long resta, bo mam tą swoją posąg mam ten swój w tym. Ja mam ten swój posąg i tym posągu podobno się fajne rzeczy tam się dzieją.
Need to find a way forward.
Ktoś przyszedł tutaj? Nie, nikt nie podszedł do mnie. Coś, nic, dobra, to zrobimy sobie pyk. I muszę iść teraz tu, bo jak pójdę tam dalej, to dojdę do wrót Baldura. Technicznie mógłbym tam iść, bo tutaj wszystko już praktycznie mam. Jeszcze muszę wrócić tutaj do dni ostatnich, do cyrk od dni ostatnich, bo tam jest jedna babka, z którą bym chciał pogadać, bo podobno tam coś jest. Czego się boisz?
People are just walking into Ceres's.
A jak tu wejść? Dajcie mi sekundę. Okej.
Is there anything?
There's food shortages. Rationing.
Shush. Aha, on jest w Kares. To cię musi tak wejść do Kares normalnie. Dobra, mniejsze. Ja myślałem, że gdy jakieś inne wejście, to jest też przejście przez ulicę. Dobra, mój błąd. Mój błąd. Muszę wejść na górę.
It depends on the person
A,
and
tędy
their
tu.
virility. For you,
Prywatne pokoje. Super. Da fuck? Rok na bulwa.
What now?
Historia, nie? Jakbyś był tak uprzejmy? No plus 11. To tylko nad 1 mi powstrzymuje od otworzenia tych drzwi. Dziękuję.
I wish I could kiss you better. I mean, to try.
Hello, chum.
A ja Starion, pogadaj sobie z koleżankami. Aha, moja postać się ruszyła. Dobra.
Tell me, am I beautiful?
More than beautiful. You are the aurora stretched across the north skies. You are the fruit of the forbidden palm. Soft on my skin, sweet on my tongue. You are my sin and salvation.
Którzy głosują się mieć uwag powagi, nagrywając takie sceny.
Your
Naprawdę.
parasite stirs, and you gaze at the nymph through the flaming fist's hungry eyes. Your muscles shiver with her longing. Your skin burns with her heat.
What's wrong, Jara?
What are you? Wait, I know you.
I don't understand. What's...
Your face. The Absolute has shown me.
Jara, what's going on? Who's this man?
Whoa!
Your
The
head
fuck?
screams in agony. The change has come. Pustules boiling beneath your skin, your bones twisting, your flesh rupturing. And suddenly, silence.
What's happening?
Co jest, kurwa? O chuj! Jebaniutki Illitit.
You picked the wrong fight, friend.
Kurwa mać, jebaniutki Illitit. Dobra, nie będę używał tego bonusowej akcji. To była chyba największa głupota, jaką bym teraz zrobił, użyć bonusowej akcji. Ja się zjarę.
Hells. I'd heard tales of mind flayers. Talons shot, but no tale did justice to its ethereal beauty. It floats like a butterfly. Its blood shimmers like silver.
Twoja klientka nie żyje, ty się tym przejmujesz.
Oh, yes. Jara. I will miss her coin, it's
Ja
true.
pierdolę.
Though perhaps this is not what you meant.
No kurwa, no.
Free your mind of her. Let us look.
Her gaze intensifies. Your breath quickens and your heart skips a beat.
No i dobrze.
As am I. My thanks are as bountiful. Take these. Be well.
Wyjątkowe eliksir magicznego podtrzymania. Dzięki. Pieśń z rubinem. Dobra, dajmy to. Dobrze, że tu zajrzałem. Taka niby mała rzecz, no gdybym po prostu nie otworzył tej drzwi, to pewnie bym tego nigdy nie trafił. No, okazuje się, że całkiem nieźle to poszło.
Devil's Den.
O nie! Pierdol się, Rafael, kurwa mać. Jeszcze mi tego cfeletu brakowało.
It's up for discussion.
Float it on.
You must hear me, devil. I will do whatever it takes. Give you anything you ask.
There is only one thing in this world that I desire. You do not have it, and you never will.
The Kithrak. What deal would he make with this devil?
You must help me, Raphael. For the sake of my people.
Hush now, Voss. These guests may not know it yet, but they want the same thing that you do. And unlike you, they have something of value to offer in return.
Lae'zel, Tilak Magir. The devil holds the key to freeing the Gith people. Right here, right now. You could seal our fate. Whatever you discuss with this devil, I must hear of it. Find me below in the tap room, once you're loosed from his claws.
I'm glad you came. Not to my door, not yet, but to the final reckoning. One more thing before we begin, though.
The fuck?
For the first time since the Nautiloid, your mind is clear. It's unsettling.
Czy ty właśnie uleczyłeś mnie z infekcji?
Wouldn't that be exquisite?
No.
But no. I'm afraid the tadpole is still there. But I did shut out your other visitor for a while, so we can enjoy some privacy. The Illithid can't hear us. I brought you here because I'm true to my word, and I can make all of this tadpole business go away, which means you and your lovely friends can remain blessedly free of tentacles.
Ale?
Let us speak plain. I'll admit, you've impressed me. I wasn't sure you'd make it this far, but no matter how far you come, you're still on the road to ruin. A road that leads directly to a confrontation with the Elder Brain. At best, it will kill you and everyone else in this city. At worst, it will assimilate you, and you won't have enough free will left to even wish you were dead. You have the key to destroying it in the palm of your hand, though. Very perceptive.
Wow. Nice.
Yes. I can give you the means to break him free.
O.
Speak, devil. We're listening.
Dzięki, laser. Co mogę uwalić?
I suppose you'd rather suck on the Emperor's tentacles till the end of your days? Orpheus is your only hope of surviving this horror show without devolving into an illithid. To you, he will be a friend. After all, you're at war with an elder brain.
Wszystkie dowody, które wziąłem.
If I'd realized you were so gullible, I'd have tricked you into selling your soul for a pocketful of beans when we first met.
Spierdalaj.
To the Emperor, you are nothing more than a beast of burden, one that will transport it to the elder brain. An ox requires food, and the occasional beating to keep it moving. You are simpler. The Emperor's words serve as both carrot and stick.
Perhaps it is true that Orpheus would ally with you against the elder brain. But if he proves uncooperative once free, you may have to kill him.
Warto podjąć ryzyko.
The Orphic Hammer. An artifact capable of shattering the chains that hold Prince Orpheus is held securely in my House of Hope, even now.
Bardzo szczęśliwy zbieg okoliczności.
Isn't it just? And it's even more convenient that you can give me exactly what I want in return.
Sam chcę też moją duszę.
You really do think highly of yourself. My sights are set on something much more valuable than your soul.
O, co takiego?
Succulent though it would be. I want the crown that dominates the elder brain. And you, Lae'zel of Kalir, want to free the forgotten prince, do you not?
I want nothing more.
Then it is settled, is it not? A crown for a hammer. A bargain of a lifetime, Lae'zel of Kalir.
Coś korony.
I have craved it ever since the arch-wizard Carsus created it, long centuries ago, and brought doom to the empire of Netheril. That was the great age of humanity, and Netheril's flying sky cities were the apex of civilization. I was there the day it all fell apart. Entire cities plummeted from the sky like angels with broken wings. The screams, oh, the screams. Hundreds of thousands of people watching in horror as the ground came up to meet them. It was not a happy meeting, and Carsus was responsible. Not driven by malice, but by ambition. He forged a crown imbued with all the powers of magic. A crown that would make any who wore it a god. Men cannot contain so much power. The crown destroyed its creator, and his empire fell with him. Carsus's folly, the bards and scholars call it. I call it hope. The hope of creating a better world, and the perils of unchecked hubris. I knew then that the folly of mortals could be the triumph of devils, and that I could use that crown to unite the nine under one Archdevil Supreme. Me.
Skąd wiadomo, że nie udało.
I am no mortal, and I do not fail.
Nie napełnia mnie radością.
The hells require order to function. It is what separates us from mortals and demons. With the crown, I would impose perfect order, unity, efficiency, control. My kingdom would control its borders and stay within them. It was stolen from right under my nose all those centuries ago. The archdevil Mephistopheles snatched up the crown and squirreled it away in one of his vaults. He is not more than a frigid archivist. So much power and potential kept inert. He made a miracle into a museum piece. I raged. But only for a decade or so. Then I waited, ever watching for more than 1,000 years, for a mistake, a mishap, a misadventure. And these chosen, who have caused you so much trouble accidentally, did me a favor. They brought the crown back into play.
Bardzo irytuje cię ta świadomość.
Yes, it does. Especially when I see what a bloody mess they've made of their whole scheme. They must have raided Mephistopheles' vault. Impressive, I must admit. But they'll be dead soon. If you don't kill them, the Elder Brain will. It doesn't have feelings in the way you'd understand them. But it seems rather angry. It is inevitable. When you destroy the brain, and you will because you must, the crown will be yours for the taking. And when that moment comes, you give the crown to me. In exchange, I give you the hammer now.
A simple transaction, it seems, but it's more than that. He's offering you an alternative to the mind flayer in your head. Take Raphael's deal and you could free Orpheus. With Orpheus free, you would have no need to rely on the Emperor. But there's no guarantee that Orpheus would be on your side. And if you take the deal, you'll have to fulfill it. You'll have to deliver the crown of Carsus to the devil himself. He claims his ambition is to unite the hells, but can he be trusted to stop there? Do you trust him more than you trust the Emperor?
Squaw! We should do as the devil asks. The Prince of the Comet must rise again.
Kurwa. Powiem tak. Nie będzie żadnego układu Rafaelu, żegnam. W tym momencie jest chyba najgorszą możliwą opcją. Bo prawdopodobnie stoczy się walka z Rafaelem, na którą nie jestem gotowy. Opcja, gdy zdobędę kamienie, sam będę kontrolował koronę, prawdopodobnie jest przejściem do takiego jednego ze złych zakończeń, znając życie, gdzie to my będziemy tymi najważniejszymi. Wolę zniszczyć koronę, niż wpadną niepowołane ręce. Rozłości Rafaela i nie będę miał młota, więc będę prawdopodobnie musiał go ukraść od niego z domu. A przyjęcie propozycji jest najprostszą opcją i... Powiem tak. Na innych podejściach wytestuję inne opcje, na pewno, bo tą grę będę chciał przejść parę razy, bo to już kiedyś mówiłem. Ale jak mam być zgodny ze sobą... A z drugiej strony, kurwa, ten cesarz mnie upokorzył, tak moim zdaniem, bo po prostu mnie oszukał, wszystko, prawie go zabiłem. A z drugiej strony handlowanie z diabłem, Kurwa, ta decyzyjność w tej grze jest cudowna, ale przeraża. Nie, wolę zniszczyć koronę.
How short-sighted. Much better to put it into the right hands. Hands that will ensure it is removed from this world. And it's the only way you can ensure that you remain part of this world.
Ale się Dobra.
Right here, you'll find everything is in order.
Kurwa, mać, niech będzie.
The moment I have your signature, you will have the means to free Orpheus. The hammer. You guarantee the crown will be mine once the brain is defeated, and I swear that I will never use the crown to dominate a mortal.
A jeśli niestety nie da ci koronę?
I will come to collect. If you refuse to give me the crown, I collect your souls instead. And then we all gather in the House of Hope. Me dressed in my finest silks, you skinless, hanging from a hook to watch as your world dies.
Dobra, fuj.
Perfect. One more rhyme, for old time's sake. The master was slain within his own house. They dined on him both, the cat and the mouse. The hammer is yours. You will find yourself in Orpheus's presence before the end comes. When you do, shatter the chains that hold him. Be sure to keep the hammer safe until then. Your survival depends on it. And I'll keep your contract safe in my House of Hope. I'll be seeing you, and when I do, we dine.
The ink has barely dried, yet you feel a growing disquiet at what exactly you just signed. Perhaps a diabolus can offer some comfort, or a way out. For a devil's bargain is a hard one to break.
Destiny waits in the wing.
Coś dostałem w takim wypadku faktycznie? Czy po pierwsze wymienię sobie broń już? Bo mam ten młot, jednak on się sprawdza. A, mam. Orby młot. No dobra, no jest słabszy od używania, więc go sobie schowam, ale...
I'd sooner have imagined shattering a planet with my bare fist than taking a... But we shouldn't regret the bargain, not for one instant. Raphael can have his crown, if it means breaking Prince Orpheus free. You're right to question. Devils are slippery creatures. They twist their tongues into knots to convince you a rock pile. Ask Will. But a broker is as bound by his contract as his buyer. The hammer must now to the Cheres's Caress tap room.
No dobra.
Cursed to put my hands on everything.
There you are. I thought I'd lost you. Something was blocking me from hearing your thoughts.
Cieszę się, że wysypię.
And I you. It's concerning that something could come between us like that. Especially when... Do you have any idea what it was?
Weźmy, rzućmy oszustwo, mam trochę większe szanse.
Then the situation is worse than I thought. If it read your thoughts, it knows exactly what we must press on. I will bolster your mental defenses. Let us hope that allows us.
Moan loudly in the library at all times.
O, wróćmy w sumie.
Subtle steps.
Faktycznie, on miał... Faktycznie jak klucz zabrałem.
Yes, please.
Poszukajmy, co tu mamy ciekawego, skoro już tu jesteśmy. A nie mogę destylatora dodać. Przynajmniej nic ciekawego tutaj, jak tak patrzę. No, nic ciekawego. Trochę szkoda, ale no dobra. Jest na dole.
What to do? One day I'll
What
catch
to
a
do?
break.
Dobra. Schodzimy tu na dół. Jesteś tu,
I should
kolego.
speak up.
Exactly. Pleasure isn't just physical.
I teraz...
Voss, friend to the comet.
Lae'zel of Kalir, warrior of warriors. Tell me you took the devil's deal. Tell me you will free Gith's heir.
The hammer? How can it be that
O
you
kurwa,
came
ja
to possess
zapomniałem,
it?
że on tym nie wie. O kurwa.
Raphael.
The prince of the comet is not dead. The prince of the comet, can it be? Will,
Gith's son will soon ride against Vlaakith, Voss.
and you will wield the greatest gift Mother Gith ever grant.
A silver sword. I will carry it for the honor of...
Istik, now that you have the hammer, you must find a way to enter the once inside. Smash Orpheus's bond, the prince of the comet.
Think again. I will not permit your entry. No.
Questions, Istik? You seem to be lost in thought. The Prince of the Comet aches for Githyanki liberation more than he abhors Geich. He might seethe when you free him. He might gnash his teeth and slander your name. But he will see reason. I promise you. Yes. But you will meet this challenge, as you've met so many others.
To się nazywa broń. W ręku gitjanki psychicznych, postać gitjanki władającą twoim łatwieniem do rzutów. O kurwa, Lae'zel. No dobra. No nie jestem gitjanką.
Action, not reaction.
No więc dobra, Lae'zel, no właśnie zostałaś potężnym wojownikiem. Ale dupy dałem, kurwa, z tym, że ja mu powiedziałem o tym młocie. Jezus Maria, ale ja dupy z tym dałem. Bój się Boga.
Since I was old enough to hold a blade, I've dreamt of the swords cleave both meat and mind. But everyone I bleed with the sword will be my tribute to Prince Orpheus.
Spróbuj sobie przypomnieć coś. Nie przypomnę sobie nic, dobra. Nie mam chyba tyle inspiracji, nie.
Lae'zel gave a thorough description. You can't think of more you would add.
Certainly not. Or the prince's honor. To break Orpheus free, we will need the Orphic A Kithrak's silver sword is more than a... You merely need to think strike. And the ancient slates tell us that each sword holds a fragment of the living gate. The silver injures the body. The gate's flesh injures the mind. A formidable weapon.
Zadanie osobiste wolni Orfeusza. Odbyć potężny koron. Rafael jest sprytny. Dostać się do dłoni, gdzie zniszczenie kontrol, powinniśmy się z umowy albo wypełnić umowę. Okej, czyli z jednej strony tak, jakbym nie pokazał mu młota, to pewnie nie dostałbym tego miecza dla laser. Więc jest to opcja jakaś. Pójdziemy do cyrku. Jak tam potem jest jedna rzecz, którą chcę zobaczyć. Potem walnę long resta, bo to się dowiedziałem, to wam powiem. Jak kojarzycie tą statuę, czyli statuę, tą, no dobrze mówię, tą po prostu statuę, którą ja dostałem w tym cyrku, to ona daje mi jakieś bonusy pod warunkiem po prostu, że jakby, nie, czy jej użyję na long restie albo coś w ten sposób. Według słów Adriana to ma działać tak jak według słów Adriana to ma działać tak jak wskazówka, że jakby posiadanie tego posągu daje mi coś a la wskazówkę na stałe. To zobaczymy. Na pewno tu muszę jakąś... tylko gdzie ona by była? Bo tu jest taka jakaś ala kapłanka, wróżka. Może tu? Jest niby wróżka, z tym mogę pogadać, to coś mi daje.
Violence erupts here. My home. My refuge in this city. Your eyes, Stira. There is pain, endless and deep, but also devotion. You are wise to admit it. When it comes to love, vulnerability, bring the one you love to me. I will look into your hearts and see if your love is eternal or doomed eternally. I await with a heart.
O, laser była daleko.
You return, Stira. I pray the hearts of you and your companion.
I don't see the harm.
Jak się uśmiechnął.
Eyes, little ones.
Jak się uśmiechnął. What? Gdzie ja do krówki nędzy jestem? O, laser?
Ah, glorious. Your bond is sweeter than nature's dew. I see you. Lazel, passion of the heart. Listen, think. What does she most desire?
I would not be ascended. Not by my will and not by...
Nah, fuck it. Dopydałem.
Your bond tears, but it... Many things delight the heart, but only one makes it sing. Tell me, what is the Githyanki's fondest memory?
Kurwa.
I took my pleasure and it was done. I've devoted few...
Do not fear. There is time yet. Life is brief, finite. When the warrior dies, what legacy will she leave behind?
You confuse fiction for fact. I suppose I should be grateful. You help.
No i chuj. No i koniec romansu.
A pity. I thought, but do not it will simply not be.
Test wierności. Boże, jak to brzmiało.
Voss stands at the ready. Or how we get in.
Dobra. No to nic. Zróbmy sobie długi odpoczynek. Bo tam mam do pogadania z Willem. Chcę ten pomnik móc zobaczyć, co mi to da.
Queen Vlaakith. Skvar!
You are a Sherlock, and still you speak my name.
O kurwa.
I've seen the captive Orpheus with my own eyes. Spoken to Still Kithrak Voss. You lied to us. Enslaved us.
The betrayer Voss lies! I have only a moment, and you, Hasharlak, will listen. We are Githyanki. We move mountains. We snuff out stars. We shake the plains. The traitor Voss has lied to you. The heretic prince would shatter us in an instant. The great dominion shrunk to the head of a pin.
Can this be true? Is the Githyanki prince really a threat to his own people? Or simply a challenge to Vlaakith's rule?
Return to the astral prism. Slay Orpheus the pretender. Serve me, and I will ascend you. You will be no mere warrior, nor Kithrak. You will be Barta Vlaakith, commander of dragons. My only, my chosen. A final chance. Kneel before me. Make your promise.
Lae'zel's thoughts become yours. The sight of Orpheus looms over her mind. Voss's words echo within it. She means to forever turn her back on Vlaakith.
Nie daj się zwieść.
I gave you my faith, and you called me traitor. I gave you my life, and you ordered your knights to hunt me. I have witnessed too much, and you have given me too little. Finally, I can see. Orpheus will live, and I will hear his creed. This is my word.
Your word is nothing! You are nothing! The Kithraki will bring you. I will tear your flesh from your bones and devour your skull's marrow while you beg for death. I will consume you. I will unmake you.
To się porobiło. Wow. Gruby ten odpoczynek, widzę, się zaczął. To jest ten chłopak. Dobra, mówię, pogadajmy trochę. Dowiedzmy się paru rzeczy.
It is done. There is no going back.
No nie.
As long as the undying queen reigns, I am never to soar on as it should be. Better a short life built on truth than it. Better to unite the Githyanki under. So why do I feel so bitter?
Spróbujmy.
Vlaakith has upended Lae'zel's whole existence. Everything she knew, Lae'zel's bitterness is born of sadness. She is mourning the loss of the person she once was.
and can never... How well you've come to know me. But in truth, I have what I have gathered for myself. I'm more to a new regent, a new land. Vlaakith cannot unmake she who no longer exists. And so, from the old battle cry, Shema Salah Orpheus, Orpheus's will above all. May the comet blaze my path forward. We hammer Orpheus free from his chains at our first.
Okay.
Vlaakith's left hand and her right. Commander of all dragons, chosen of the Queen Regent. Not since Vlaakith I has a Bart to Vlaakith been anointed.
No nieźle.
Another empty promise. Only a naive fool would believe otherwise. The kind of fool I was.
No dobra. Willu. Chodź tu, Willu. To jest Jaheira. Nie, to jest Karla, coś chce. A, silnik.
So, I think this might be it. I want us both to be ready if... Well, if we can't fix me. Life can come at you pretty fast, soldier. A good defense can help you stay on your feet. I think you know that. Let's go home.
Mam nadzieję, że tam mnie nie opuści. Prawdziwy bohater wrót Baldura. Willu, chodź tu, a potem Gale. O.
Vlaakith's a fearsome one. But Lae'zel said it anyway, to her immense credit. I wish I knew a good Githyanki cheer to celebrate the occasion, but the only gift phrases I've picked up are the sweary sort. I met her twice. The first time, I was a boy of 7 or 8. Chestnut hair that flowed behind her like willow fronds. The second time, Stelmane even with the aid of a cane. Each step she took, a stroke victim. I asked father later. No, he said.
You sense uncertainty in Will's voice. He questions his father's explanation.
Jest, mamy to?
Something's always gnawed at me. At the banquet, Stelmane didn't seem to look at us, but through us. But that second time, her gaze never left me. It was steel, sharp and unyielding. It could just be my imagination, but I always felt that it was more than a stroke that had changed her. What, though? I couldn't say. Not a tragedy, a calculated cruelty. Think about it. My father was tadpoled. Stelmane is dead. The people are frightened and the council's in disarray. To exert control, you must first sow chaos. A tyrant's strategy, as father would say. These murders aren't random acts. Someone powerful is guiding the killer's hand, and the city is made weaker for it.
Jeszcze coś, co ode mnie Gale. Okej.
I'm glad to hear it. But you realize we can't just tell him we changed our minds. Now our plan must remain the same. We go to Sorcerer's Sundries and learn about that crown. And pray the devil doesn't get there first.
Jasne. Dobra, to zróbmy tego long resta. A, właśnie. Tak coś czułem, że tu będzie rozmowa z kolegą.
How did you It's you. I must have let my mind wander. Enough for you to wander in. Forgive me. I am drained. Ever since you killed Ketherick and took his netherstone, the Chosen's control of the brain has been brittle. It's rebelling against Orin and Gortash, fiercely. I suspected that when we took Ketherick's stone, the brain would begin to break free. Those brain quakes confirm that my suspicion was correct. I do not know what happens now when it receives their orders, and I do not dare guess.
You feel the Emperor's fear as if it were your own. An elder brain enslaved is one thing. An elder brain unleashed will be the end of everything.
Beautiful, isn't it? The mighty Prince Orpheus, contained in submissive slumber. Come. You may as well sit a while, now that you are here. Your company isn't unwelcome. An accurate summary. I have found myself distracted of late. I'm haunted by memories. They are relentless. I can think of nothing. No one else. Indeed, Duke Stelmane, or as I knew her, Melin, when she was alive. You thought you were my first ally. Far from it. I have long sought the allyship of others. It is the only way to succeed, though my relationship with Berlin was different from my relationship with you. In a way, but not the way you're thinking of. In life, she was my business partner, back when we ran the Knights of the Shield. A difficult task for a mind flayer. Duke Stelmane trusted me, and the city trusted her. I conceived the plot, but Berlin took center stage. It was she who met with the merchants, politicians, and patriarchs. It was she who negotiated deals and signed off on agreements. Her rooms played host to the most important conversations in the city. Together, we brought order to chaos. At its height, everything that happened in that city went through the shield. Through us. I could not have done any of it without her. Just as I cannot do any of this without you. But now, she is gone. I appreciate your understanding. What I feel is deeper than superficial cures can reach, and not entirely unwelcome. Most people think that mind flayers are soulless husks who feel nothing. I am glad you are not most people.
Ale oziębił mi się stosunek do tego gościa.
You have shown me great empathy. We are closer now. Close enough, I hope, that I can ask you to reconsider your position regarding your physical form. I know it is no easy choice for you, but we will have a far better time, not to mention the Elder Brain itself. Our chance, another quake. The brain...
Nie zmienię formy, możecie się wypchać. Nie zmienię swojej formy. Nie ma szans. Na pewno przynajmniej nie w tym podejściu. Może mnie najdzie. Czarujący kamień podobizna. Niestety, głosowanie przez własny kamień otrzymuje się 1 do testów ataku i rzutów obronnych. O, nice! Karla. Trochę się boję, Karla.
And here I thought you had half a brain. How wrong I was. You signed a deal with Raphael. What were you thinking? Because why would the devil ever lie to you?
Nie ma mojej duszy.
What if you change your mind about giving him the crown? What if you decide that giving Raphael... And anyway, do you really expect him to keep his word? You think he'll stay far away from you? As long as he has that contract, he owns you. I won't allow that. You're letting your ignorance... We're getting that contract back. You heard him, right? It's in his God's awful house of hope. We need to find... I swore I'd never return to the hells. But for your soul, we need to find a diabolist. If we can find one worth their salt, I'm getting in, getting your contract, and then I'm never set...
Dziękuję. To było bardzo miłe, Karlo. To było naprawdę bardzo miłe z twojej strony.
Always good to talk, my friend. Mind flayers are like devils. They're clever, manipulative, exploitative. The Emperor says he... Maybe it's true. Maybe Stelmane allied with a mind flayer. Or maybe he made an offer she couldn't refuse.
No dobra. To chyba mamy tu wszystko. Opuścimy obóz. Dajcie mi się zastanowić, co ja bym dalej chciał tu robić. No bo tak, tutaj już nic chyba więcej nie zrobię. Nawet jak patrzę po mapie, to nigdzie nie ma jakby ścieżek, którymi mógłbym iść dalej. Tutaj byłem, tu byłem. Co to mam double fist? Aha, tu jest chyba ten. Schowaj kluczowe lisy. Dobra, no musimy się tutaj udać do flirta, nie wiem jakby co to dokładnie jest, nie pamiętam. Ale zrobimy to w następnym odcinku. No i no cóż, spróbujemy jakoś się z tego wykaraskać, wiecie. Teraz mamy kilka rzeczy. Musimy znaleźć Orin i jej zabić, bo mnie wkurwia. Musimy znaleźć Gartosza i go zabić, bo mnie wkurwia. Odzyskać te kamienie, uwolnić Orfeusza, zniwelować pakt, zatrzymać przemianę w Illithida. I to wszystko po kolei. No, będzie fajnie. Dobra, a na razie trzymajcie się i do następnego.